We got to get to the most urgent matter in all of sports that's right here, right now. Yesterday, women's national championship for hoops, it took the attention of the whole world. But really, what took the attention of the whole world was this simple gesture. Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark. That's what everybody's watching and talking about. What I realized through watching yesterday's game and the backlash that Angel Reese has faced for simply doing this was both gender bias and racial bias was exposed. Let's start with the gender bias. I remember covering college football. It was 2017, Oklahoma versus Ohio State. Baker Mayfield, after beating Ohio State, he goes and he tries to plant the Oklahoma flag in the middle of the Ohio State logo. We didn't talk about it. He's a man, a white man. We didn't say nothing. The most criticism Baker faced was for planting it on the turf. Nick Bosa, Ohio State alum, 2 years later, did the same thing when facing Baker Mayfield. Okay, cut to now college.
Brittney Griner has found herself at the center of a major controversy. During a heated moment in a live broadcast, she allegedly directed a shocking verbal attack at Caitlin Clark, a comment that immediately sent social media into a frenzy. Cameras appeared to capture the exchange, and within minutes, clips began circling online. What was said and the way it was perceived sparked intense debate across the basketball world. Instead of headlines about performance, the focus shifted to controversy, and now, fans are demanding answers. Now the internet is on fire. Clips of the incident spread within minutes, and fans quickly began demanding disciplinary action. Comment sections filled with outrage, hot takes, and calls for the league to respond at the same time. Old rumors and personal narratives surrounding Brittney Griner started resurfacing, spreading faster than a technical foul whistle in a playoff game. What began as a heated in-game moment has now evolved into a full-blown online...
She was an idiot. She was tacky. She wasn't raised right. See, I see both gender bias being expressed because when men show that competitive edge, that tenacity, that firepower, all of a sudden it's appropriate. But when women do it, well, now it's out of line. When Caitlin Clark did it, she had that Mamba mentality, that dog in her. But when Angel Reese did it, now she's classless. What I watched in that game was not just a brilliant game play between two elite teams, but just as importantly, was gender bias and racial bias being exposed. So, Joy, let me come and ask you, do you have an issue with the Angel Reese taunting of Caitlin Clark?
Storm, and the pressure is only building. If you've got Caitlin Clark's back, now's the moment to show it. Drop an I stand with CC in the comments and make your voice heard. Show some real support for one of the most electrifying players in the game right now. Let's see who's riding with her. Tension in the league had been building for weeks, but this moment sent it over the edge. After fouling out a hard-fought matchup, Brittney Griner walked off the court visibly frustrated. Cameras zoomed in as she headed toward the bench, and viewers quickly began analyzing what she appeared to say. Clips circulating online claimed she mouthed a highly offensive remark directed at Caitlin Clark. The footage spread rapidly, with many fans insisting the words were unmistakable. Whether fueled by emotion, frustration, or misunderstanding, the moment instantly shifted from game tension to national controversy. And once the clip hit social media, there was
No, I do not, and I'm going to shock everyone and take it a step further. Well, I agree with everything that you're saying, and there's lots of debates happening on the internet about how it's not racist and how it's not sexist, and we'll get into all of that. But I really think that it's a great day for equality. I think it's a great day for equality, Slick. I think we all learned a lot about each other yesterday, and here's why. Every time we talk about women's sports, about equal pay or fair pay, or better conditions, or better opportunities, or more access, or more coverage, the Brotato Army lines up with their capes to assemble and let us all know no one watches women's sports. No one cares about women's sports. We don't watch. We don't care. Look at the ratings. Look at the ticket sales. Well, it's always a good day. It's a great day when we can get together and throw those silly little takes in the bonfire, hold hands, kumbaya. We can retire that conversation, because not only do you watch, honey bunny.
The clip spread across social media faster than a half-court buzzer beater. For many viewers, this didn't feel like routine trash talk. It felt personal, heated, crossing a line that professional athletes are expected not to cross. Even veteran analysts reacted quickly. Skip Bayless didn't hold back in his response. He argued that if the roles were reversed, if a white player had used a racial slur on national television, the consequences would likely be immediate and severe. His comments only intensified the debate. What began as an in-game flash of emotion had now turned into a larger conversation about double standards, accountability, and how the league should respond. But when it came to Brittney Griner, many fans noticed something else: silence and no immediate fine. No suspension announcement, not even a sharply worded public statement. At least at first, TO critics. That silence felt deafening, louder than a
You care about the outcome, sweetheart. And you have thoughts, you have emotions, you have feelings. People tweeting their feelings, comments with their feelings. So really, obviously I don't have a problem with this because we talk trash for a living.
Yeah, true.
Why do I care about these two top-level elite athletes sharing their emotions on the court in a national championship game? As they should, as they should. And we'll get into more of it, but I really wanted to take this moment to congratulate all of you for evolving and for joining progress in the rest of the world so we don't have to have conversations about whether you watch women's sports anymore. Because we know you do. We know you all do.
2-5, you have an issue with
free throw in an empty arena. Supporters and detractors flooded social media, debating whether the league was handling the situation consistently. Some argued that emotions run high in competitive moments. Others demanded visible accountability. What was clear, the league's response, or lack of one, became just as big a story as the incident itself. Let's be real. Caitlin Clark has been facing intense pressure since her very first WNBA warm-up. From physical defense to constant scrutiny, the spotlight has been relentless. She's been bumped, challenged, tested, not because she plays dirty, but because she's one of the most talked about and impactful rookies the league has seen in years. And yes, many fans believe there's more to tension than just basketball. Some argue it's about competitiveness. Others say it's about media attention, marketability, and shifting dynamics within the league. And for some observers, race has become part of that larger conversation. Whether people are comfortable admitting it or not, what's undeniable is this: the debate around Clark isn't just about one play or one moment. It's about how the league handles rising stars, rivalries, and emotions that come with them. And that
I think it's competition, and I believe there's a great difference. I never in my life have I ever heard somebody trash talk somebody else because they were trash talking another team or another player, which is what that's what I'm getting here. You know, it's okay, and we applauded Caitlin Clark. First of all, Caitlin Clark, if she was trash talking in Louisville, in the Louisville game, I guarantee you that Haley Von Lith started that stuff. Because you already had the girl from Texas who had issues with Haley Von Lith, and I guarantee you that was talking trash. And Caitlin Clark at one point said in that game to Van Lith, "Shut up, you're down 15, right?" So when she's doing this, or she's doing this, she's doing all that, to me there's a distinction.
The conversation isn't going away anytime soon. Many fans argue this moment didn't happen in a vacuum that TO'd them. It felt like the latest flashpoint in a season already filled with tension. They don't see it as just a split-second emotional reaction. They see it as something that crossed a line on a very public stage. Because when something like that is captured on live television, it doesn't stay on the court. It becomes a statement, whether intended or not. Critics have pointed out that the league often promotes messages about respect and inclusivity. So when controversy surfaces, especially involving a player as high-profile as Caitlin Clark, fans expect clarity and consistency. For many, the bigger issue isn't just what was allegedly said, it's how the league responds. And until there's a clear resolution, the debate about fairness, accountability, and standards is only going to grow louder. Now, the fan base is demanding answers. They want transparency. They want consistency. And most of all, they want to understand why this situation hasn't led to a clear public...
She's doing it Steph Curry style, which is always, I'm hyping up the crowd. Right? That's what Caitlin Clark was doing. Angel Reese was doing Draymond Green. I'm going to get in your face. And unless Caitlin Clark, and this is what I don't know, if Caitlin Clark was on the low, talking trash that entire game, then I'm totally with Angel. Like, you've been talking mad.
Well, you didn't see that. I didn't see that.
Didn't see it, didn't hear it, don't know that it happened. But to me, that would be justification for me coming directly at you. But otherwise, this feels personal in a way that Caitlin, let's say she disrespected South Carolina. Let's say she disrespected Louisville. Did she disrespect LSU in this game?
That's a good point.
Did she?
No.
Response. Critics are asking why Brittney Griner hasn't faced visible consequences if a line was indeed crossed on national television. To them, it feels like the league brushed it aside instead of addressing it head-on. And then comes a question that's fueling most of the debate. What if the roles were reversed? What if Caitlin Clark had been the one caught on camera using language perceived as racially charged? Would the reaction have been the same? Would the silence have lasted this long? That hypothetical is what's driving the outrage online. Because for many fans, this isn't just about one heated exchange. It's about whether standards are applied equally to everyone. And imagine for a moment, if the situation were reversed, that if Caitlin Clark had been caught on camera using racially charged language toward Brittney Griner, the reaction would likely have been immediate and overwhelming. There would be non-stop media coverage, league statements within hours, sponsors weighing in, debates dominating sports talk shows for days. The pressure for swift discipline would be intense, and loud. That's a comparison many fans are making right now. Whether that hypothetical is completely fair or not, it's fueling the broader conversation about consistency, accountability.
She ever showed disrespect to LSU. So why are you coming at her now in this game like, hey, don't disrespect me?
Here's why I don't think it matters, Slick, and we can all attest to this. Aaron Rodgers for years did the discount double check.
Okay.
Now, he would do it to opposing defenses, but let another defense who he had not yet done that to sack him, they will do the same thing. If you sack Cam Newton, you might have done the Superman. I remember defenders would do the Colin Kaepernick kiss, even if he did not do it to them, the Superman bicep kiss. You can feel disrespected if somebody else going to carry all that bravado to everybody else will bring you around here.
But it's not
bring you around
about
here.
disrespect. It's not about disrespect. It's everything
Angel
you
said
just
that.
said. Yes, because first of all, we're boiling this down to one massive game, right?
Yeah.
She mentioned all season long this is the coverage that she's.
And how professional leagues handle sensitive incidents in the spotlight and at the heart of it all is a bigger question. Are standards being applied evenly? Or does perception change depending on who's involved? Kip Bayless weighed in again, and his comments added fuel to the fire. He argued that if a white player had made a racially charged remark on live television, the media response would have been relentless. In his view, the fallout would have been swift and severe. That perspective is resonating with a large portion of fans who believe there's an inconsistency in how these situations are handled. Critics say that in this case, Brittney Griner appears to have avoided immediate, visible consequences, almost as if the moment was treated like a minor infraction instead of a major controversy. Whether that perception is accurate or not, it's driving the narrative online. And in today's sports world, perception can become just as powerful as reality. When some commentators attempted to downplay the moment, suggesting the words were misheard or taken out of context, many fans pushed back hard. They argue the footage appears clear. Social media users, lip-reading clips, and even neutral reporters have weighed in, saying the language didn't seem...
And she's right. This is how she's treated. She's too ghetto, she's too loud, she's too brash. Yes, I'm sure she pays attention to what people say to her more than we pay attention to what people say
Without question.
to her. And the coverage, and this is not isolated to Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, it's not even isolated to women's basketball. The coverage that she would receive as a black female, unapologetic, showing up as herself athlete, and the coverage that Caitlin Clark gets is different.
It is different.
We can pull up the headlines, we can compare the comments. It's different. So if racist...
But they both act different, though. They both are acting different.
They're acting very similar. They're acting very similar.
If you look at the videos...
I'm not breaking...
ambiguous TO supporters of Caitlin Clark. It feels like an attempt to reframe something that was plainly visible. Meanwhile, critics of the league say the response, or lack of one, gives the impression that the volume has been turned down on purpose. And in today's hyper-connected sports world, perceived silence can speak just as loudly as an official statement. The bigger concern for many fans isn't just this single controversy. It's the idea of selective outrage, the belief that standards aren't enforced consistently. And if that perception continues to grow, some argue it could damage trust in the Women's National Basketball Association itself. Because at the end of the day, professional leagues survive on credibility. And credibility depends on fairness, or at least a clear appearance of it. critics are also pointing to what they see as inconsistency. They note that the league moved quickly to address concerns involving Indiana Fever fans,